Hello and welcome to Not Without My Sister, the Minisode, where today we, myself and my sister Beatrice McCabe, myself being Rosemary McCabe, who will soon start talking normally. I don't know why I'm talking like a really weird radio presenter.
Absolutely. It's so convoluted.
We will be discussing theft and stealing and whether or not we have ever stolen, which I guess this is going to be a short episode because Beatrice told me already she hasn't stolen a single thing ever in her life, ever. Oh, also interesting, what has been stolen from us. Because just this week, on this topic, Mom and Dad's lawnmower was stolen out of their garage.
Oh, yeah, exactly. But that actually should have been the springboard for the topic, yeah.
Well, it is the springboard.
Good point. Very alarming as well. Very alarming as well because it was stolen in the middle of the night and their garage door was half opened, half ajar, exactly.
Yeah.
Instead of half a door, half ajar, and anybody could have been in there in the middle of the night with them.
Well, anybody was in there in the middle of the night with them.
But could have gone upstairs into their bedrooms. Remember that time somebody Mom knows was robbed and the police said that they came in, the robbers, the thieves came in the middle of the night and sprayed some sleeping gas in all their rooms to keep them asleep, which is, is that a true story now that I say it? That's what Mom told me.
I've never heard that before. I hope she's not lying to us, but that does sound really bizarre.
Mom would never lie to me.
Sure.
Okay, so right now I can't find my iPad and I'm pretty sure Don thinks it's been stolen, but it's just somewhere in the house. Can't find it though. Haven't seen it for about a year. What was stolen? I had stuff stolen from me on an overnight train down to Rome. I woke up in one of the sleeper carriages and my the only thing that was still with me was what I'd been sleeping on under my pillow. My entire bag of clothes that I was planning on wearing there was gone.
And what was under your pillow?
Like my bag, my handbag.
Oh, well that was good.
Yeah, but so annoyed. I had no clean clothes. I had nothing to wear for my entire weekend. It was all just stolen.
Sorry, let's actually do this chronologically. Remember the Coca-Cola stuff?
No.
Remember you went to the Coca-Cola factory and you got all the Coke. I think every child in Ireland went to that Coca-Cola factory in a 5-year period.
Yeah.
And you got all the Coca-Cola merch and it was in Mom's car and she picked you up from somewhere, went to visit the Smiths in Rathmines and everything was stolen out of her car.
Yeah, out of the boot of the car. I was devo. Remember the time as well, somebody stole the television when I was in probably 4th class. We were broken into up in our house. Mom came down to pick me up. She's like, just so you know, when we get home today, there's no television. And I was like, no, Bosco. And I cried for about 4 hours. I got sent to my room because I was crying so much. But I didn't really understand the severity of, we've been robbed. I just understood what it meant to me. It was the beginning of a pattern. How it how it impacted me.
Yeah, that's the story of your life. I can't remember. I've had about 6 bikes stolen from me. That was probably the first.
Oh my God, you've had so many bikes stolen.
Yeah, I had a bike. The first bike was stolen in Galway and I remember I was living in this apartment complex and they had CCTV and so it was absolutely useless. We all just got to watch your man stealing my bike and then riding off on it. Like a little movie. But nothing ever happened.
Oh, I remember I went out to a really great bar in beside Corso Como in Milan one night when I was I was living in that house in Mario Picchi, so it must have been, I think there was an event with friends of mine. My friends anyway left and I was still there having a great time. Absolutely jarred now, Mom, sorry.
Very like you again.
I know, and I had this gorgeous handbag that you actually gave me. Do you remember it was the one that had the 2 balls at the top, it was like an oversized purse and it had the chain. It was silver, I think. And I had it on the chair beside me and I was flirting away thinking I was making great progress with a beautiful Italian uomo. And then I looked around, there was my handbag gone, as they say. So I had to sneak home. I went outside, cried uproariously on the steps of the local church. Then realised I'd have to get home somehow. Got home. How did I get home? Well, I had some cash in my pocket, I think. Got home. Managed to buzz all the buzzers until somebody finally let me in. But my flatmates weren't at home, so I ended up crying my eyes out and then laying down and falling asleep on the stairs outside my apartment, and where they found me the following morning. I did go to sleep.
Another story of Beatrice McCabe falling asleep in the most, like, other people would just be like, oh, I had to sit in the stairs wide awake till they got home. No.
Probably past it. Rosemary, I'm like a soldier. That's a great attribute.
You're just like Jack Reacher. You can sleep anywhere and you always know what time it is when you wake up.
I was like, it's morning because my head is sore.
Have you honestly never stolen anything? What about, have you never taken a towel from a hotel?
No, I have not. Why would I do that? It wouldn't match anything when I took it home.
But I do have a friend who always takes face cloths from a hotel because she's like, they're always really nice. White face cloths.
No, why would I do that?
I know. I had a friend who used to always take the Irish Ferries towels on the ferry.
But I mean, maybe if you're going to go to the same place, I was going to say, if you're going to go to the same place multiple times, maybe you could finally get yourself a set. But like, it seems odd to want to have one non-matching towel. I'm into my towels matching in theory. I'm now having a mental walk through my bathroom where no towels match. But in theory, they're all supposed to match.
No, your towels do match because they're all just like variously muddy shades of white.
How dare you? Recently, I bleached them and nothing worked.
But
actually, you know what? Oh. Yeah, I actually thought recently I should just throw them out. I was like, I should throw them out and get new ones. And also, like, there were a couple of holes in them. You know the way after a while you're looking at things in your house and you're like, if I saw this somewhere else through the eyes of a guest, I would be like, why do they keep this ratty towel? But somehow it never occurs to me. Like today, I took a pair of Chance's trousers out of the fridge. I was about to say out of the washing machine, and they have no knees. Like they are wrecked. I'll take a picture of them later on just to show the state of them.
Are they the camouflage ones that used to belong to Beau?
Yeah.
I saw them last time I was there and I thought, what are they at?
Well, and I was like, these are for the bin. And I put them on the ground and then I was like, are they for the bin or could they get another? Well, I was like, could they have another couple of wears out of them? Like, it's really bad. Anyway, what have you stolen, Rosemary? Because you were so shocked that I've stolen nothing. Nothing. Not even a penny sweet.
Not even a penny sweet, please. Clearly, Mum was keeping you in penny sweets for many a year and you didn't need to steal them. That's good, wasn't it?
Oh my God.
I'm trying to think. So at one stage, do you remember Skull Cronon, the primary school that we went to, used to have this Christmas, the bazaar every year at Christmas in the community centre. Mm-hmm. Or I think it used to be in the school for one, then it was in the community centre. And Santa used to come to the bazaar. And every child would get a present from Santa. Anyway, I was helping out this year. I think I was in 5th or 6th class. And at the end, towards the end of the bazaar, when Santa had gone, there were various presents left. And I think some of them were basically like slime, or maybe they were Play-Doh, because they were like an early iteration of like glittery Play-Doh or something. And I remember myself and 2 or 3 other kids were just wandering around helping to tidy up. And then we were like, oh, like Santa's gone and these are left over, we can take them. And we each took one and we got caught. And I remember to this day now, and I have held a grudge ever since, a boy in like 2 classes below me, his mom caught me and literally like screamed at us all. I was basically like, you're a disgrace, put them back, I'm telling your parents right now. And I think Mom was just a bit like, oh, well, you know, like it's not really stealing. You know, like I think she was like, you shouldn't have taken them. But I think she was also like, that was a bit of an overreaction from your one. So, oh my God, I was crying my head off. Never stole a thing ever again.
Is that a true story? I don't think that's true. Is that true?
Yeah.
Never stole anything ever again?
Oh, I don't think so. Why? What are you remembering?
I don't know. I just feel like you have the look of a thief about you.
I've definitely... you know what? I was actually thinking about this earlier. I was thinking about when I used to babysit. I was thinking about a time that I went over to Roseanne's to babysit for her kids. Roseanne, our cousin. She had said something like, oh, there are some like Rice Krispie buns or something in the press. And I remember eating every single one. And in a way that could be considered theft because I'm sure...
Well, funny you say that because I was just about to say the example I was about to give is one that everybody's familiar with, was that of the ice cream in the freezer, the Talenti. That every time I turn around, there it is, gone. Is that not theft? Just wondering. Like when it's there for the entire family and then you just... No, nobody said to you, eat the ice cream. In this house, I said, oh, I got Talenti for all of us. I think the for all of us was unspoken because it was assumed.
It was unspoken.
And then when I turn around and see you...
I got you your favourite ice cream. That's what I heard.
Oh. And then when I turn, there you are with two gallon jugs of Talenti, one in each hand. Siphoning it out.
You are honestly
straw.
Oh my God. I got a message the other day from someone saying, oh my God, I laughed so much at you going to that guy's house in your Game of Thrones fur. And I was like, that never happened.
Of course
Beatrice
it did.
Made that up. Just like this. You embellish every story to make me look ridiculous.
How? There's no, Rosemary. I'll bring Don in now and he will attest to the fact that we were very, very low on ice cream while you resided here. But we'd love to have you back. Whenever you want to come back, you're welcome.
Have you never stolen anybody else's drinks? on a
What?
night out or at a party.
Absolutely not. Are you joking?
No, if you never just finish someone else's drink because you're out of drink.
Absolutely not. That's revolting.
You're so weird.
Why am I weird? It's that
Everybody
thing
did
where
when they
people
were,
go
like,
around.
teenagers.
That's absolutely ranko. That like goes along with, the people spitting back in their, like the amount of saliva that must be in the bottom of a bottle. No thanks. No, I would not. Also, Rosemary, have you met me? I was very afraid of being rohypnoled.
The way she honestly bobbed her head there, like, and nobody ever got it.
I'm not laughing at rohypnol. It's not funny, but like I was not. I was like taking drinks from anybody who'd offer them to me. I was not remotely cautious.
I'd say you were in Italy going, anybody want Rohypnol?
Oh my God, I totally was. Totally was. But anyway, what was the whole purpose of why did we think of this today? Because I was talking about something that got stolen. What got stolen?
Mom's lawnmower? Oh, your iPad. Well, you don't know.
No, we were literally saying let's talk about theft. Why? Oh my God, we've forgotten the punchline of our Minisode. We're idiots.
Couldn't tell you. But anyway, sorry. So I've had at least 5 bikes stolen. I have had
you definitely have.
a car attempted to be stolen from outside my house. Every single window smashed and the dog didn't even wake up. I had a bike stolen from outside my house and they must have used like an angle grinder because I had this really thick chain. And they angle ground it off and it was like parked right in front of the window. That was the window of my bedroom on the ground floor. And I didn't hear a thing. I'm obviously a very deep sleeper like you.
You are a deep sleeper.
No, I am.
You are a deep sleeper.
But yeah, you know what? There is something though. Like I remember probably now after about the 3rd bike, I stopped crying about them. But there is something just so annoying about having something stolen. Even if it's not like... I mean, probably with any of those bikes, like how often did I didn't really cycle all that often.
You cycled a lot.
Still so. I did towards the end, like in the last couple of years, but early on, like the first bike that was stolen from me was when I lived in Galway and I'd got a bike because I imagined I was going to cycle to college. And sure, I never cycled to college, I just walked with my housemates, you know what I mean?
Literally like...
And it was one of my housemates had borrowed it and she had locked it back up by one wheel because Dad had basically sat me down and given me a lecture about how you had to wind the lock through both wheels and the frame and around whatever you were locking it to. So I was very fastidious about doing that. And she had locked it by the wheel. And whoever stole it basically just left the wheel there and took a wheel from another bike and then cycled off.
Oh my God. You'd have to be pretty brazen all the same. Like, I mean, I think that would take me a long time to do that.
Yeah, but I mean, it was obviously the middle of the night and he was like, these students are either fast asleep or like pissed and about to be fast asleep. Have you ever been robbed, like actually robbed?
No, like, you mean, I told you,
mugged.
TV got stolen. Oh, mugged?
Mugged.
No, I haven't.
That
Have you?
wasn't your TV anyway. No.
The TV. Have you?
No. And I always think that, like, I always used to say, God, if anyone tried to mug me, I'd just give them whatever. If you know what I mean. But then anytime I've ever thought I was about to be mugged, you know, when you just have these moments of like, oh my God, that person is walking really close to me and they're obviously going to grab my bag or something. I'm literally holding onto it so tight. I'm not even remotely giving it to them. Do you know what I mean? Like some instinct kicks in where you're like, you're not having this.
I don't know. I'd be so useless.
Oh my God, I'd be absolutely useless. I'd be Cher from Clueless lying down on the ground going, not my sweatpants, these are my favourite.
Oh my God.
These leggings are from Gap.
Don has us all trained to grab people's ears and just hang. Just use your body weight to rip their ears off. But I'm like, wouldn't they be so enraged then that they might actually like really do for me?
Yeah, and it's also like ripping someone's ear off. I mean, horrific, but also not really incapacitating if they're determined. Do you know what I mean? I feel like if I was
actually don't think that.
I think if my ear off, I could just keep going.
Oh, honestly, though, I think the problem would be not only would they keep going, but I would probably pass out if I actually succeeded in ripping somebody's ear off, right? Like, I think I would just fall to the ground.
The horror in your voice when you imagine drinking someone else's drink, ripping someone's ear off would be a step too far. Can you imagine?
No, I can't. I really can't. Like, can you? I think I'd be. I just also feel so guilty, even like if this was ripping somebody's ear off. Like, you'd have to really give that enough consideration. Like, I don't think you can come back from that.
There's Beatrice McCabe. She ripped a man's ear off. Animal.
I think
I did actually steal someone's commission when I worked in Meteor.
Excuse me?
Kind of accident. Well, so basically, right. When I worked in Meteor, you got like a very basically you got minimum wage unless you sold a certain amount of bill phones. Say it was 11, right? And if you sold 11 bill phones in a month, then you got your commission, which started at something like €250, but could go up to 1,000. So it was a big difference between your base wage and your wage plus commission, right? So there was one month that I was on 10 phones and another girl in the office was on like 18 phones, right? And we had this rule that if the person who had, so say if a customer came in and said, I'm going to sign up to that phone, but I need to get my birth cert, I'll come back tomorrow or whatever. We had an unofficial rule that you would put it in the other person's name, the commission. But officially, according to the official line of the company, you weren't actually meant to ever use someone else's number, because then it would look like you were logging in and you could be making mistakes under their name. Do you know what I mean? But like, we all did it for each other. But this particular day, and it was the last day of the month, and I knew that I wasn't going to get any commission. I think if I had got 11, I would have got like 500 quid or something. And she was already getting her commission, so like this one person would have made 500 quid's difference to me. I would have made, say, 60 quid's difference to her. So when this person came in and said, oh, I came in yesterday and I signed up, blah, blah, and it had your one's name on the box, like, this is my customer, I just put it under my number and kind of pretended, you know, I was kind of like, oh God, I didn't even think about it, because I knew it would make such a big difference to me. But then obviously it didn't go very well. It didn't go down well.
Did it not?
And we were friends before that, and then we weren't friends anymore. And like, I was really sorry that I hadn't just texted her immediately and gone, hey, I did this because it meant I wasn't going to get this, but I'll give you the you know, like, I'll half it with you or something. Or even like, if I could have called her and gone, do you mind if I do this? But
or what about if you just hadn't done it? I love the way you're like, I still would have done it, but I would have approached it differently.
You get your 500 quid easily. Of course I still would have done it.
Rosemary, I'm glad.
I'd do it to you tomorrow.
Oh, I know you would. I'm glad you came up with that now example, because I was just about to say, what do you think though? If you're not part of like to quote your favorite character who's come up a few times, if you're not part of some like Fagin criminal mastermind ring, what do you think like somebody who steals something thinks? Because like, you can't bring it out again in public, you know? What do you do with it? Okay, yours is a bit of a different example because it's money. But if you don't steal money, like if you steal stuff from people, like if you steal a bike, would you not always be terrified that somebody's going to see you cycling this bike?
Well, I think most bike thieves nowadays are buying them to sell, or stealing them to sell.
That's what I'm saying. If you're not part of a criminal enterprise,
oh, I get you.
If you're just a random thief, like if you're
just like, I really need a bike, I'm going to take this one.
Yes. Or what was the person who stole my handbag, like it just hurts my heart to think of all the stuff they threw in the bin, and they probably threw the handbag in the bin too.
I know.
Most adorable handbag.
Didn't Grandpa once come upon someone who was riding his bike and say, oi, that's my bike, and push him off and cycle it home? I think like years ago.
Did Grandpa also find a ton of watches, or was that our Uncle Gary? Never mind, I've got my family lore mixed up now, I think.
That's kind of ringing a bell.
Buried in the garden or something, right?
I don't know what you think, though. I mean, I think for some people, you know what? I think either you're doing it because it's kind of not it's a compulsion, but like you are kind of a criminal in that you steal things and you sell them. Or I think sometimes people have a compulsion. Like a friend of mine lived with a girl who used to steal her clothes and denied it, and she'd be like, oh, like, have you seen my like black Lululemon leggings? She'd be like, no. And then when she was moving out, I think my friend went in to help, or my friend went in while she and her mom were packing up her stuff. Her mom had come over and she was like, oh, this is my top and these are my shorts and these are my leggings I was looking for. And there was loads of stuff belonging to her just like folded up neatly in a pile to go in your one's suitcases.
Did she take them back?
She took them back, but I think your one at the time was like, oh, I didn't realise, you know, really casual. And she was just like so fucking weird, because I'd asked her like more than once, have you seen, and like some of them were quite, you know, like my t-shirt with Florida 1995 on it.
Do you know what? Maybe Dan is a compulsive thief, because every now and then I open a drawer and I find clothes that I've been looking for. Put in these random drawers, because I think, I don't know if he's trying to thief from me or if he's just, this is his idea of tidying up.
I think that's his idea of tidying up.
I go, where's my shirt that I ironed? Well, okay, you know that's a lie. I go, where's my shirt that I'm planning to iron at some point in the future? It was downstairs with the laundry. I don't know. I go, like, you must have carried it upstairs. I didn't. And we have this most ridiculous conversation. And a month and a half later, I found it lodged into like the totally wrong drawer in a different bedroom.
And do you think, are these things that he hates? Because remember I did that to my ex-boyfriend when he had those terrible jeans with the handprints on the bum. And I hid them in the back of the wardrobe.
I thought it was a teddy face on the bum.
Oh, maybe they were teddy faces. Something ridiculous.
Yeah, they were
on each
teddy
bum
faces.
cheek.
They weren't handprints. That's too
No,
sexy.
You're right.
It
They
was-
were teddy bear faces. One on
Yeah.
each bum pocket. And he wore them, like, not ironically.
Yes, it was the most amazing. Of course he wore them. I would wear them. And you,
No, Beatrice, they were-
judgmental witch that you are.
And then
hit them.
when he found them, he was in a rage. Didn't even thank me. He was so
course he
annoyed. He was like, "Did you know these were here?"
So you are a judgmental thief then. You're and a remorseless one. So basically you steal people's money and feel no shame, and then you hide people's clothes and feel no shame. So basically you're a remorseless thief. That's what you are.
I don't think the jeans thing was stealing, because it was just hiding.
Rosemary, you stole his happiness
away.
for however long they were hidden. You stole the
stole his
potential
teddy
joy.
bears.
You stole the potential joy he could have felt parading around with 2 teddies on his arse cheeks.
Patting his bears as he walked around town. Patting his bum
His
bears.
bear.
Honestly.
Is that called a bear
His
bum?
bear bum. It took us too long to get there. That was a very obvious pun that took a while to get to. It's embarrassing.
Excuse me, I got there before you, so you're welcome.
Story of both of our lives. You know what? I would really like to know, what do people think about me stealing one person's €60 commission that would have meant the difference between €0 and €500 for me? I only want to know from people who agree that it was fine.
I was waiting for that. I was like, I want to know too. I was like, this is inviting pretty risky feedback.
No. I don't want any feedback or criticism. I just want agreement, please. To not.
And I want to know. And I want to know: was Rosemary right to hide those bare bums, or should she have left them there for people to make their own choices? Is Rosemary right that she should be policing what people wear? Looking at her today, I don't think so.
I really wish we still had photographs of those trousers that I policed off you, because that was
Goodbye.
That was a good choice. Yeah. Thank you so much for listening to our Minisode. It has been our pleasure, your pleasure, not my ex-boyfriend. Sorry, look, listen. Who am I kidding? It was Liam, our producer Liam. It was his jeans. Listen, if I'm going to be shamed in this podcast, he can be shamed as well. It was his jeans, his bare bum we're talking about.
Oh my God, you were dying to say that.
I was absolutely dying to say that. Even if he still thinks that was wrong, I actually was doing him a favour.
That's what you can call this minisode, Liam's bare bum.
Oh my God, totally. Thank you so much for listening. You can get us on Instagram at notwithoutmysister. Email us notwithoutmysis@gmail.com and check out our website, notwithoutmysis.com. And we'll be back on Tuesday with a full-length, longer episode where, all going well, we remember why we decided to talk about the topic.
Oh, yeah,
good one.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye.
Liam's bare bum. Oh my God,
You're
it's actually
funny.
so good. Not Without My Sister is produced by Liam Garrity, sound and original music by Don Kirkland, and our original illustration is by Lindsay Nielsen.
Not Without My Sister is a member of The Warren.
As is our podcast, The Critter Shed.
For more great podcasts, hop along to thewarren.ie.